Okay.
She literally lunged at me. I blacked out, man. I was like, I have to defend myself.
Holy shit, my mom was attacking me, dude.
Are you injured?
Oh my God. I'm not injured. She is.
Okay.
Came at me out of nowhere.
My daughter stabbed me in my chest. I can't hardly talk, and it's pulsing and bleeding. I think I'm gonna die.
After receiving these two separate 911 calls, police immediately rushed to the scene to find a mother left on the floor with multiple stab wounds, while her daughter is nowhere in sight. As detectives attempt to figure out who is telling the truth, they face a series of intentional lies, calculated efforts to mislead investigators, and a prior family tragedy that eventually led to this violent night. Upon entering the home, the officer discovers 59-year-old Donna Vaccaro lying on the floor, bleeding profusely from numerous stab wounds. Despite her injuries, she tells the officers that her daughter Jillian had run from the room, but she isn't sure if she is still present or not. As medics rush Donna to the hospital in critical condition, officers search the residence and find a bloodied knife discarded in a trash can. With Jillian still missing, police begin canvassing the area nearby. Then, something completely unexpected occurs. Dispatch receives a. After receiving these two separate 911 calls, police immediately rush to the scene to find a mother left on the floor with multiple stab wounds, while her daughter is nowhere in sight. As detectives attempt to figure out who is telling the truth, they face a series of intentional lies, calculated efforts to mislead investigators, and a prior family tragedy that eventually led to this violent night. Upon entering the home, the officer discovers 59-year-old Donna Vaccaro lying on the floor, bleeding profusely from numerous stab wounds. Despite her injuries, she tells the officers that her daughter Jillian had run from the room, but she isn't sure if she is still present or not. As medics rush Donna to the hospital in critical condition, officers search the residence and find a bloodied knife discarded in a trash can. With Jillian still missing, police begin canvassing the area nearby. Then, something completely unexpected occurs. Dispatch receives another 911 call, and to everyone's shock, the caller is Jillian herself.
I thought I had to. I thought people... I'm strong. I thought people would see that.
You're okay.
I've never done this. I've never done anything like this. I never had to.
Do you see law enforcement?
I'm absolutely horrible.
I know you know.
My fucking mother came at me.
Alright, what's the matter with you?
Okay. Should I put this away? This phone?
After detaining Jillian, officers began noticing disturbing signs in her behavior. She seemed almost unaffected by what had occurred just minutes earlier. While her actions appeared unusual at the time, it would all become clear once detectives uncovered a tragic event from her past, one that ultimately led her to this moment. When Detective Hose arrived at the residence in the morning, his goal was straightforward: determine who was telling the truth, Jillian or her mother, Donna. But with Donna's survival uncertain and both claiming to be victims, this proved far from easy. However, the case was about to take an unexpected turn, as Jillian's recounting of events raised serious concerns about her mental state.
Hello. Hey, I'm Detective Haas with the Sheriff's Office. Are you Jillian? Okay. Why do we get? How do we get called this morning? How do I end up here? How are we ended up trying to figure this out? What happened?
I was cooking.
Okay.
She wanted me to turn my music down. She came out and lunged at me out of nowhere.
Okay.
And she had scratched me with her nail, and that's when I literally, fight or flight kicked in, and I was like, I'm not about to run and have. I was starving, man. Literally starving. You
didn't get any food that you cooked up, or?
I had already been having some kind of a defense, need to defend myself, because she would bang on my door, say all this stuff, and she even opened it and came in my room with a rusty screwdriver, and I had to bang the door closed because I was oh my god.
So was that today, yesterday or today though, or was that something?
That was just this past week. We've had a few things where
few arguments,
and then even the police were called where she had to get a welfare check because I just was like, I don't want to talk right now. Like I'm just resting. Like.
Detective Hose couldn't help but notice Jillian's unusually calm demeanor, particularly for someone claiming self-defense. While shock might explain her reaction, Detective Hose remained skeptical and pressed on, determined to dig deeper into her story.
But then you went to the living room, you're listening to some music, and then she come barging out of her room.
It's like a bat out of hell, like
did she?
Like,
but you didn't. So you knew it was her, but she come out. And was she have anything in her hands, or is she like, what's she doing? What's she saying?
I'm trying to figure out which hand it was without my hands. It was her left hand, then came and struck my right hand with her nail, and that's when, based on her demeanor and her violent, it was almost like energy. Where she was about to make me turn down that music. I blacked out, man. I was like, I have to defend myself.
Okay. I think at some point there was something about you might have had a knife or something. Did you have to defend yourself with that? Okay, so so when you set that thing down, so that's in the back, but where did it come from? Was it like...
I had it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to know why?
Sure, yeah.
I felt threatened by her this past so based on her approaches towards me.
Okay.
Such.
Has she ever physically attacked you in the past? Like where she really tried to like where she hurt you, or is she... What'd she do to you then?
She hopped on me, trying to get my phone, trying to rip it off me, and I was just a little girl. I was like 10 or 11.
Has she ever tried to seriously hurt you, shoot you or run you over with a car, or she's your mom and all. I wouldn't think she would try to do that, but I don't know her, so she's never tried to really tried to hurt you or kill you, kind of. Okay.
Jillian's claim that she felt threatened by her mother was especially serious given the violent nature of the incident. Detective Hose couldn't immediately rule out the possibility that she acted in self-defense, even if her calm demeanor suggested otherwise. At this stage, unless her mother, Donna, survived her injuries and provided her own account, police would need solid evidence to either support Jillian's story or contradict it. While officers at the scene continued collecting evidence, Jillian was transported to jail, where Detective Hose would soon begin to realize just how delusional and disturbed her perspective of the situation truly was. Once inside a jail cell, Detective Hose began gathering routine evidence, including a DNA swab. During the procedure, Jillian unexpectedly asked a question that would further raise concerns about her mental state.
Maybe I'll just ask you if the nature, I know you're busy now, but the nature of these 2 questions, if you may...
If I can answer my way.
Okay, so...
Absolutely.
The 2 things I'm curious about are the status of the victim.
Right.
And if I may press charges on the victim for charging at me.
Notice how Jillian consistently refers to her mother as the victim, never saying mom or even using her name. It clearly highlighted the disconnect between them and suggested deeper psychological issues at play. Yet as Jillian continued insisting she acted in self-defense against her mother, Detective Hose confronted her with evidence collected from the scene that directly contradicted her story, revealing the extent of her disturbed state of mind.
No significant injury.
You said that the CSI person would photograph.
She did.
And you never followed through with that.
No, she did. When she told me she photographed over the tall black
on this hand, you guys never asked me where she scratched me.
Okay.
And by now, it could have been the marks from the handcuffs when she ran her hands so hard.
You have no significant injury. You haven't been stabbed. You haven't been beat black and blue or anything like that. Your mom, however, almost died.
Yes, and
that's.
And she came at me at full speed, full force.
Okay. The problem is also the evidence doesn't support that in the living room. The blood spatter. I've been doing this almost 18 years.
And she came and talked to me.
Right. I know, but the evidence, what I'm saying is your statement doesn't match the evidence I see at the scene. And I went with the evidence I see because that's literally like evidence, scientific evidence, blood spatter, plus the general state of it. It just didn't fit what you had told me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Plus, she had told people that you would stab her when they first got there. So you have a woman almost killed by being stabbed to death with somebody that has almost not a mark on them, and who, you know, well, you can imagine.
You didn't hear that.
I listened to part of the 911 calls, but once again, what people say and evidence that I see, maybe I have to go with evidence. Evidence is scientific. It doesn't lie. It's there. It can be documented. Whereas somebody can tell me something that may or may not be true.
But literally this moment, look at me.
Right.
I'm tiny. Right. I've been malnourished my life for a long time, since I was like 10, 11. I've died a few times.
Okay.
My growth was stunted. I started making a detail.
Right.
You're a large man. You don't understand. This woman is 57 or something.
Right.
50 something years old. She's large.
Okay.
And she's strong, but she has arthritis. Imagine her hopping out of her bed, or just bopping around in the kitchen, and then a large woman comes at you like a shark in water, and then the scratch was the end.
Okay.
And then I went, ah!
Okay.
And then I run out the back door, I put that shit on there, and I call the fucking EMT.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
But you didn't just stab her just once. It's like 7 times.
I mean, trust me, it was an extremely traumatic event.
Despite Jillian's serious allegations, the physical evidence simply didn't align with her version of events. Blood spatter analysis clearly indicated Donna had lunged at Jillian, and she didn't have any visible injuries. But the most critical evidence was the sheer brutality of the assault itself. Donna had been stabbed 7 times, suffering multiple, deep, life-threatening wounds, far beyond what is typically seen in genuine self-defense cases. Eventually, Donna regained consciousness in the hospital. When detectives spoke with her, the account she provided was strongly corroborated by evidence from the crime scene. Donna also revealed crucial details about Jillian's emotional state leading up to the attack. She explained how the death of Jillian's father had completely devastated her, pushing Jillian into severe isolation, depression, and emotional distress. Despite Donna's efforts to support her daughter, their relationship rapidly deteriorated, ultimately spiraling towards this tragic breaking point. Although Jillian's exact motive remained unclear, and the allegations against her mother were never supported by evidence, the tragic events clearly point towards severe mental and emotional deterioration. Jillian Vaccaro was ultimately found guilty of attempted murder. While her sentence is still pending, she is likely to receive a sentence of up to 30 years behind bars.